Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to do something with me right now. Just for a moment, slow down. Take a deep breath and feel it. Feel where you are in your life, not physically, but emotionally. Because the truth is, most people don't stop long enough to ask themselves a simple, honest question: am I truly happy, or have I just learned to pretend that I am? And that question, it changes everything. Because there comes a point in life where you can no longer lie to yourself, where the noise fades, the distractions stop working, and you are left with nothing but your truth. And in that truth, there is a quiet voice, a voice that whispers, you are made for more, not more pressure, not more expectations, but more depth, more meaning, more authenticity. And today, this is not just about habits. This is about awakening something inside you that has been ignored, misunderstood, and often silenced, your true self. And for so many women, that self carries something incredibly powerful, a depth that the world doesn't always understand, a sensitivity that is often labeled as weakness, an emotional richness that is seen as too much. But let me tell you something clearly. There is nothing too much about a woman who feels deeply. There is only a world that has not yet learned how to understand her. Because when a woman feels, she doesn't just feel on the surface. She feels in layers. She feels in waves. She feels in a way that connects her to people, to experiences, to life itself, in a way that is rare and extraordinary. And yet, so many women have been taught to suppress that, to hide it, to apologize for it, to make themselves smaller, quieter, easier to handle. But what if the very thing you've been told to hide is actually your greatest strength? What if your emotions are not something to control, but something to understand? Because emotions are not random. They are signals. They are telling you what matters, what hurts, what needs attention, what needs healing. And the moment you stop fighting your emotions is the moment you start learning from them. That's where your power begins. Not in pretending to be strong, but in allowing yourself to be real. Because real strength is not the absence of emotion. It is the ability to feel everything and still stand tall. And there is something else, something even deeper, that many women have been disconnected from. Something that society has misunderstood for years: feminine energy. Now, when people hear that, they often think it means being soft, passive, or dependent. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Feminine energy is one of the most powerful forces in the world. It is intuitive. It is creative. It is magnetic. It doesn't force, it attracts, it doesn't chase, it draws things in. There is a quiet confidence in feminine energy, a calm strength, a presence that doesn't need to be loud to be powerful. And yet, so many women have been taught that in order to succeed, they must disconnect from that. They must become harder, colder, less emotional, less themselves. But the truth is, you don't become powerful by becoming someone else. You become powerful by becoming more of who you truly are. There is nothing weak about softness. Softness is not fragility. Softness is controlled strength. It is the ability to remain open even after being hurt. It is the courage to feel in a world that tells you not to. And when a woman reconnects with her feminine energy, something changes. She no longer seeks validation. She no longer chases approval. She becomes grounded in herself. And that kind of woman is unstoppable because her power doesn't come from the outside, it comes from within. And that changes everything. The way she walks, the way she speaks, the way she chooses. She no longer asks, am I enough? She knows she is. And that knowing creates a presence that cannot be ignored. But let's be honest for a moment. This journey is not easy because along the way, there will be pain. There will be moments where you feel misunderstood, moments where you give your heart and it is not valued, moments where you question your worth, moments where you feel like you are too much or not enough at the same time. And those moments, they shape you, but they don't have to break you. Because pain is not just suffering. Pain is information. Pain is information. Pain is a teacher. And the women who rise are not the ones who avoided pain. They are the ones who learned how to use it, who took their heartbreak and turned it into strength, who took their rejection and turned it into self-respect, who took their struggles and turned them into wisdom. Because at some point you stop asking, why is this happening to me? And you start asking, what is this preparing me for? And that shift changes your entire life because now you are no longer a victim of your story. You are the author of it. And there is something incredibly powerful about a woman who decides, I will not stay where I was broken. I will not live in the version of myself that was hurt. I will rise. That decision, that moment is where transformation begins. And from that place, you start to see yourself differently. You start to treat yourself differently. You stop accepting less than you deserve. You stop begging for attention. You stop chasing people who don't see your value. Because you realize something important. Your worth is not something that others give you. It is something you decide. And once you decide it, everything changes. Your standards rise. Your boundaries become clear. Your energy becomes protected. And the world begins to respond to you differently because you are no longer negotiating your value. You are living it. And that is where true confidence comes from. Not from perfection, not from external validation, but from self-awareness, from self-respect, from self-acceptance and when a woman reaches that place, she becomes powerful in a way that is quiet but undeniable. She doesn't need to prove herself. She doesn't need to explain herself. She doesn't need to compete because she knows who she is. And that knowing is her power. And as you continue to grow, you begin to understand something even deeper, that you don't have to choose between being strong and being soft. You don't have to become cold to be respected. You don't have to lose your kindness to protect yourself. You can be both. You can be gentle and unbreakable. You can be kind and powerful. You can be soft and still command respect. And that balance, that harmony is what makes you truly unstoppable, because now you are not reacting to the world. You are creating your place within it. And as you stand in that place, as you fully step into who you are, something shifts, not just within you, but around you. Because when a woman rises, she doesn't just change her own life. She changes the energy of every space she enters. She inspires others without even trying. She creates impact just by being authentic. And that is real power. So today, I want you to remember something. You are not here to live a small life. You are not here to your depth, your emotion, your truth. You are here to experience life fully, to feel deeply, to grow continuously, to rise unapologetically. And yes, it will be uncomfortable at times. Yes, it will challenge you. Yes, it will push you beyond what feels safe. But that's where your life begins. On the other side of comfort, on the other side of fear, on the other side of doubt. So don't wait. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for someone to tell you that you are ready, because you already are. Everything you need is already within you. The strength, the wisdom, the power, it's all there, waiting for you to believe it, for you to trust it, for you to step into it. So step forward with confidence, with grace, with truth. And remember this, you are not too emotional. You are not too complicated. You are not too much. You are simply powerful in a way the world is still learning to understand. And the moment you stop hiding that is the moment your life truly begins. Thank you.